Hello, people. It's been another year once again. And now we're closing in on Christmas.
We sure are. In fact, when you're seeing this, it is Christmas.
Yes. Let me light this romantic candle and put it back there.
I'm going to drink my eggnog out of my Batman mug.
R.I.P. Kevin Conroy.
Absolutely. So, hey, LS11 Universe, it's Zander.
It's right.
And welcome to the 2022 LS11 Christmas special. So, a couple days ago, I said we were together in the same room and we were going to do this. I'm going to be real with you guys. We did not want to.
Yeah.
We did SummerSlam, which was a very long show. And
Longer
then we just
than Zander anticipated. So Zander texted me like, don't worry. I haven't edited it all together yet, but SummerSlam should be under 2 hours.
Yeah, it was like 3.
Yeah.
So at this point, for reference, the SmackDown episode that is airing this week in real life for us is the most recent thing that everyone would have seen from the WWE Universe. Because Christmas is 5 days away at the time we're recording this.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Closing in, guys, on Christmas.
So we will start off by doing the Q&A section because we threw it to you guys for some questions, and we got a good bit of questions.
Yeah, thankfully, that was actually kind of the benefit of waiting a couple days. Was we got a lot more questions, and we like answering your guys' questions. It's fun. So hopefully none of them get too weird.
Why not? I haven't previewed any of them. So we put question threads on YouTube, Twitter, and in Discord. And I didn't even think about it. We should have done it on Instagram because we do have an Instagram. So
someone just sends us a clip. All right, guys, I'm not going to say it. Tell me when to stop.
Okay, so Zach starts us off. Zach had a really good question. He had this question in like the minute after I posted this, and I was like, oh. And Ray, you were there. I was reading this question. I was sitting there planning my answer.
Okay, what's the question?
Zach asks us, what WWE return affected our plans the most?
Cody.
Yeah, because right now Cody would be the AEW World Champion.
Yeah, and like a storyline that was supposed to be similar, like we had Cody as world champion. Most of it was going to be different. I had the idea for the 6 after we knew Cody was winning the belt. And I was like, Zander said he's the modern Flair, and so I thought, okay, then we can give him like a 4 horseman type deal. And then he's Homelander, so I had the idea. Oh, the 7. Let's shorten it to make it the 6. That way, it's easier for Zander to record it. And I didn't promise people 8.
Right. Yeah.
Because I really only had like numbers because I couldn't go to 4 because that's too similar to the Horsemen. The 5 doesn't have the same. Yeah.
And then you've also got the terrible TNA faction Fortune, which was 5 members.
Yeah, and also I don't know, for some reason when I envisioned it as 5, it just didn't read right. I was like, okay, 6, because you have one main event guy, and then like an upper mid card guy, and then a tag team, and then you want to do the women's tag division. So bad. I was like, and then we can add a women's tag team.
Yeah,
6. And I just said, and you were like, let me think about it, and
then I started watching The Boys.
Yeah, I was like, watch The Boys, and then like get the direction I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Which, in case you guys haven't noticed, Cody is a monster in our series.
Yeah. So at the time of this Christmas special airing, 2 days ago on LS11 Universe, he would have brought in Brandy as the chief branding officer and talent liaison, and they would have immediately taken Charlotte out of the group.
Yep.
And you haven't seen it yet, but I literally 5 minutes before we jumped in this call to do this video, the way SmackDown ends is Cody and Drew are standing in the ring together because Theory and Ricochet are in the hospital after Extreme Rules. So it's just Cody, Drew, Lacey, and Charlotte. So now it's down to just Cody, Drew, and Lacey on screen. And Cody and Drew are in the ring. And Cody is like, and that's another happy ending for the 6. Lights drop, and Cody goes, son of a bitch. Lights come back up, Cross is behind them, and Cody goes, have fun, Drew, and leaves the ring.
Yeah, so
it's just like it's so intimidating, but also so fucking funny to me.
Yeah. And like I feel like we're just holding it like kind of thing because like yes, part of the storylines are kind of inspired by things done on The Boys.
Yeah.
But also we're at the part where like the 6 are just reigning and you haven't met like our version of The Boys yet.
Right.
Which there is like a kind of equivalent. I don't think that's a big thing to figure out, is that like there is going to form like a group that mirrors The Boys and Billy Butcher and all them.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people probably would have thought by now that the Gargano, Riddle, Priest, and at one point Roderick Strong kind of group was going to be that set of The Boys. But at the same time, now Gargano's on Raw, Strong is in NXT. Riddle, as of 2 days ago, is now in this thing with Goldberg, which it's been revealed that Cody paid for Goldberg to show up. Which I had that idea probably I think I came up with the Goldberg idea and pitched it to you like 2 months ago, maybe. So the 6 story is ever evolving. But just to kind of bring it back to we'll come back to the 6, just kind of bring it back to the root of the question. Yeah, I didn't even think about Cody when Zach sent in that question.
Yeah. Cody changed our plans a lot. I don't even know who we were planning on being world champion right now.
Like in WWE?
Yeah.
If no releases had happened, I had been pitching the idea of Batista taking the title off Rollins at Mania and then Bronson Reed cashing in Money in the Bank on him. But then when Bronson Reed got released, we would have been in the middle of a Matt Riddle world title reign, and we would have been heading into Riddle versus Lesnar 2 at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah.
But now we're clearly heading into Steiner versus Lesnar at SummerSlam. So
yeah. Which now, looking at ultimately what happened, I think it's kind of turned out for the best with Kenny Omega being world champion.
I think so.
A Kenny Omega title reign, guys, is always planned.
We knew it was going to come one day. We just didn't know exactly when.
Well, we knew it was going to happen this season, but we didn't. But we thought it was going to be a different belt.
Right, because until the All Atlantic title got introduced, I'll admit it, Ray, you were desperate, like, Xander, we got to add a third singles title. And the whole time
the roster had more depth.
Yeah, and back then I was also like, Ray, we do 5 matches a week and have 6 belts. Stop asking me to do this. And you're like, Xander, I'm putting my foot down. We're doing it. I'm like, Ray, I record the show. Stop telling me to do this. And then we started Rampage and you got your 3rd belt.
Yeah. Anyway. That was going to be Kenny's belt. Essentially, it was like my pitch for it. Because Xander at the time did not want Kenny to be champion.
Well, it's just because when we started the AEW universe, they were in the middle of doing that story.
Yeah, and then Cody moved. And it was like, all right. And then we always were building Kenny and Punk.
Yeah.
So, which, in hindsight,
that one really came back to bite us on the arm, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, not really. Because by the time All Out aired, it was kind of known that they had heat.
Well, actually, we did Double or Nothing, I think, 3 weeks before All Out happened.
Yeah, but by then it was kind of known there was heat, at least. Yeah,
maybe just a little. But, we dodged a bullet on that one, quite honestly. But yeah, no. So my answer wasn't actually going to be Cody. My answer was going to be Bray, because either Bray or Karrion Kross. Because Kross, we literally had to reshoot the ending of Slammiversary less than 12 hours before Slammiversary aired.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about the impact they were going to have,
Yeah.
and then the impact they ended up having. Which with Cody in both categories, it's pretty big because he's won the world. He was planning on being world champion in both of them.
Right. And then Bray comes to mind because we literally changed Bray's character in Impact to be the trinkets of mortal men don't interest me in Impact, because we were like, well, shit, people think he's going to go after the Impact World title. He's about to go back to WWE.
Yeah, and also, like, Bray is just such a hard character to put in a title picture.
Yeah, you're telling me.
As most supernatural characters are in wrestling.
Yeah, and I think that you and I were kind of starting to veer away from supernatural with them.
Yeah. Well, let me readjust my mic, sorry. With Bray, it's... The thing with Bray is he is an interesting character.
Yeah.
But like his motivations can be unclear sometimes. And so it's kind of hard to book. And also, Bray is somebody who is really hard to book them to go from one angle successively to another angle.
Yeah.
Other wrestlers are easier to book in that way. Because like with Bray, like, yeah, like you can go from feud to feud to feud, but it's all generally in the same storyline for that character.
Yeah.
So with Bray, you have to do like a storyline with Bray, and then he goes away, and then another storyline with Bray later, and then he goes away again.
Yeah. That's kind of how I've been doing it, is like, you know, he finished his story with Pete Dunne, and then I don't think we saw him for about 2 weeks before the Mustafa Ali stuff. And
yeah, I mean, like at the conclusion of the story, which like for us right now is I'm not going to talk too much about it because there's still things to be revealed within the story about what Bray's exactly doing.
right, and I think you kind of reveal it at SummerSlam.
I kind of reveal it at SummerSlam. I make allusions to it, and if you know it, you know it. But like, I feel like if you don't, you wouldn't get it yet. But with that said, like at the conclusion of this, of what he's doing right now, like I'm not sure what our continuous angle will be with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
I suppose he'll probably go away for a good while, like more than 2 weeks, probably more like a couple months.
Yeah, well, you know, we'll talk about that some off air as well. But you know, I kind of had we had like a long, like I think 45-minute meeting of just me reading you like this essay I'd written for how we end this story and move to the next one, almost like that for Ray.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think, you know, Ray's answer being Cody and mine being Bray, that answers Zach Rushing's question about which WWE returns affected our plans the most. And then like some just really worked out for us. Like, you know, you've been planning for Bronson Reed to come back to NXT for like 3 months now. And then he showed up on Raw last night at the time of recording this.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, Bronson Reed's on his way back to LS11 NXT.
Yeah.
Because we'd written him off of Impact like a month ago with Rampage. And then some other ones have really worked out for us as well. Like Emma really helped for the NXT women's division. The Good Brothers helped me with this AJ Styles stuff, because introducing 2 heels to play the foil to AJ as a babyface that are like his best friends, but they're heels, but he's the babyface champion, has made AJ's title reign so interesting for me.
Yeah.
Because you can kind of see their darkness kind of influence him a little bit sometimes. But yeah, so moving on, the next one, Zach Lang says, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this one, but You should do this, Xander. And quick thing for him. My name's spelled with a Z, not an X. AEW versus WWE versus Impact. Does this sound like a good idea? So we're not going to spend too much time on that one because we've been asked this one a lot.
Yeah.
And like doing brand versus brand, there's so much politicking that goes into it.
Yeah.
Because you've got so many people that are like, oh, AEW's better. No, WWE's better. No, Impact is better. And it's like, if you do any of those shows versus each other, it just gets really hard because you can't make everyone happy, and you're never going to make everyone happy.
Like and like every match almost at that point is seen as if you're making a statement.
Right. Yeah.
Like so, like, oh my god, like the WWE team beat the AEW team. They're saying the WWE tag division's better. I mean, it's just like,
it's like no.
But like that is the assumption with that kind of thing. Same with like the mid card versus the mid card champion. Like if one wins, we're saying that mid card roster is definitively better. Which like,
yeah,
which is
But yeah, so we got a lot of questions now from Zane.
But what I will say is, brand versus brand works if the storylines behind the matches you do make sense.
Yeah,
you don't want to do this guy versus this guy for no reason at all, because then it's just becoming brand supremacy, which Zander dislikes.
Yep, and that's the end of my eggnog.
All right. Poor nog. Anyway, on to the next question.
Yeah, Zane's got a lot of questions for us here.
Oh, boy.
He's got 3. His first one, and so we'll lightning round these. What is your favorite match from WWE? Question 1. So from this year. So I guess our favorite WWE match this year. Okay. We probably have the same one. Mine is Gunther versus Sheamus at Clash at the Castle.
That is very good. That is a very good match. It's
a great match.
I'm gonna shock some people right now.
Braun Strowman.
War Games.
You know what? War Games was good. Which one? The men or the women's?
That's hard. Because like in terms of like technical wrestling, the women's. But in terms of the storyline, the men's.
Yeah.
That's some serious bro drama in the.
You're very right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zane's second question is, what is your favorite written? Which I assume is a typo. I assume he's asking what our favorite season is. And I know this is such a cop-out answer. My answer is always the next
season. Yeah. I have liked every season more than the season we've done previous to that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I still like parts of season 1.
Yeah. Season 1 is still good, but
yeah, I don't look at season 1 as my best work by any means.
Yeah, no, same here for me.
Like, I think, was it better than our previous show?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, season 2, I like a lot. Season 3 though is when I feel like we hit a new stride with our show, and I think we've kind of continued that through the season 4 too. And I won't say every show's at its peak right now, but I would say both the WWE shows are at a peak right now.
I'd say the WWE shows are at their peak. AEW is probably at its low right now, because I'm going to be honest with everyone. AEW, I dread every week. It is my least favorite thing to record right now. And it's not because I don't like AEW. It's just I'm working with what I got, and what I have isn't much right now.
Yeah, and also like
in some cases
we're kind of dealing with a situation where like certain people were put in plans and positions with one place and then someone who we needed for another position that was a more important position got fired.
Right.
So now we're having to move pieces around, like
right. And, in some cases, it's not that I don't have the pieces I need. It's that I have too many flipping pieces that I have to try and make them all fit sometimes.
Yeah, and like that's honestly like a big problem. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like I always liked the idea of Miro and Scorpio Sky as a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
I did not think they would get over as much as they have.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like when I watch AEW, like people say consistently, twice in a century is one of the highlights of the whole show right now.
Yeah, it is. I've had a lot of fun with them. I put the titles on them because I didn't think people would expect it to happen.
Yeah, and like I would say definitively right now, if I could have like my full reign over the entire roster to assemble the six, I might put Miro and Sky in as the tag team.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, because I'm just imagining them with Cody and the fun they could have.
All of them in suits, just looking great.
Yeah,
just everyone in suits, and then Miro in skinny jeans and a t-shirt and a skin tight white t-shirt.
No, a skinny suit, like a very thin cut suit.
Okay, that works too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Miro, you're a beautiful man.
He is. Impact is genuinely my favorite thing to record every week because Impact, you can tell there are no reins on me. There is no constraints. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. And so Impact is the closest thing to the original LS11 universe you will ever see on this channel.
Zander's just singing like Ultron when he makes Impact every week.
I had strings, but now they're gone.
But now no strings on me. Free. There are no strings on me.
But Jeff Jarrett is feuding for a title in LS11 Impact right now. Why? I thought it was funny.
JEFFJARRET.
Double J, that's right. But yeah, and so final question from Zane is, what is your New Year's 2023 goals? Mine is very down to earth. Mine is get through this wedding, get married, and move on with life after marriage. Because this wedding is the most stressful. You might notice a small dip in quality in LS11 right now because I'm getting married in 9 months, and every day it's more and more stressful to think about. Why do you think I'm wearing a hat right now?
My goal, I to get some more personal accomplishments under my belt. Maybe to be a little more active on the YouTube sphere, both in LS11 and outside. Not turn to alcohol.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Yep. And try not to stalk Corey Barlog too much about what's going to happen and when the next God of War game will come out.
I think on the YouTube sphere, I'd like to see LS11 get to 5,000 subs next year. I think that's a very doable goal, given we gained almost 2,000 subs just in this year alone.
Yeah, so I'd like to see us hit 5,000 as well. I would like to see us maybe get a sponsorship.
Yeah, a sponsorship would be really nice.
Yeah, come on, guys. Come on.
I mean, come on, Manscaped. Look at me.
I could run in on Zander and scream my big hairy balls. I could do that.
But yeah. So that concludes the questions we got on YouTube. So we got 2 questions on Discord, and the first one we're just going to go right through with. DJ Danger asks, "Is LA Knight the GOAT?" Hint: yes, he is. I'll leave it at this. I really love LA Knight. I think he's doing great stuff with Bray Wyatt right now. We made him Mr. Money in the Bank for a reason. Yeah. Oh no, what is Ray doing? What is Ray cooking?
You're gonna laugh your ass off, Zander.
I think I know what's coming, but go ahead.
Huh?
I said I think I know what's coming, but go ahead.
What do you think is coming, Zander?
I have a feeling that it's going to be something along the lines of this.
No.
Actually, no.
All right, what are you cooking over there, Ray?
1 second.
Shuddering with anticipation over here. I'm just cleaning out our StreamYard while you do this.
Oh. So I say no. LA Knight is not the GOAT. The LS11 subscriber base 10 seconds later.
Our fans really do like LA Knight, don't they?
Yeah. No, it's just a thing I thought I was saying. No, that's the clip that went through my head. Just the cannibals chasing Jack Sparrow on the beach.
But yeah, so our good friend King Goat JJ, Jobber JJ as we met him as, says, Holla, Zander and Ray. First of all, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you both. Couple of questions. What are some of your highlights of LS11 and IRL and wrestling and outside of wrestling? Any good films or shows that you've watched this year? Thank you for all the hard work you do to make LS11 Universe a spectacle. Well, thank you, JJ. So, first of all, we kind of covered some of our highlights from LS11 just already, you know.
Yeah.
I think.
Highlights from this year, however, the fact that the worst Big Four this year was the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
It's never the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's never the Rumble. That's but this was also the first Rumble without Patterson or Triple H there to try and keep things going.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm just saying here, like, okay, out of all the Big Four shows, the worst one easily was the Rumble.
Yeah, because I can't think of many redeeming things from the Rumble.
The Rumble was awful. Like, first of all, like the Rumble match itself.
Yeah, the men's
just
stuff.
awful.
The women's was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was pretty fun, but not great. And like, it was definitely not the best women's Rumble by any stretch of the imagination.
No, I think it's been a minute since I've watched any of the women's Rumbles back. I rewatched the 2021 where Bianca and Bliss do so much and it's really good. 2021 where Bianca Iron Woman's it is a great Rumble.
Yeah.
I think 2021 might be the best women's Rumble.
Yeah, but Rumble this year was just bad.
Yeah, I mean the men's Rumble, there was only one person that could win it, and as soon as Brock's music hit at number 30, you're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah. And like, to be fair, Mania itself was not that great.
No.
Like a lot of parts of Mania were good, but the main event of Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar again, and like even SummerSlam did that again, and like,
but at least that one had the tractor.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say at least they knew. Okay, we've done this a lot. We're gonna have to put in a lot of spectacle to make this feel any sort of rewarding for an end of the show. Like,
yeah.
And then Survivor Series was definitively the best one.
Yeah, SummerSlam was fun too, though.
Which it never is. Like, Survivor Series typically is the worst.
Well, this is the first year that they haven't done brand versus brand at Survivor Series in a very long time.
Yeah, like 6 years.
Yeah, first time in 6 years that they didn't do freaking brand versus brand. But yeah.
Was that year that Raw clean sweep and some bullshit?
That happened 2 years in a row.
The fuck?
Yeah. Or no. Raw won. No, Raw didn't clean sweep in 2020 like I thought. I thought it was 2019 NXT swept. SmackDown got second, and Raw only got one win. And Raw's one win was, God, what was Raw's one win that year?
I don't know.
I think,
Moving on to
Ziggler and
other
Reed won the
highlights
battle.
from 2022.
Right. 2022 highlights.
NXT dying and somehow coming back.
Yeah. Another good highlight for me from 2022. Let's see.
When you talk about wrestling highlights from 2022, it's like this year in wrestling has been insane.
Right. And like, even then, like he asks us like outside of LS11 Universe and IRL and stuff. I got engaged this year, so that's kind of my highlight of the year.
The Queen died.
I got engaged. That's more important. Oh, of course. We can't forget the wrestling highlight of 2022. The biggest debut in Impact history and the greatest promo of all time.
And I mean, folks, where's the lie?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Bobby Fish committing career suicide happened this year.
Yeah. CM Punk, we don't know exactly what he committed at this point.
Muffin Mania, Brawl Out, Scrumgate.
Who knows? Like,
right bomb.
I don't know who's in the right anymore in this situation.
Yeah, we argued about it this week.
No, and then and then you're like, Ray, that didn't happen. Then I showed you some sources, and you're like, okay, that maybe did happen. And then you showed me some sources, like, okay, maybe that happened too. And it's like, okay, wow.
Everyone was just being children. That's what happened. Everyone was being children.
Messy situation.
It is.
Because on one hand, Punk should not have done that. Right. On the other hand, I'm not sure what would happen if someone hit my dog. I don't have a dog. But I'm remembering back to when I had a dog, and if someone hit that dog with a door, I might actually fist fight them.
Yeah, but also, Kenny Omega's contract is up in a couple of months. Actually, no, not a couple of months, a couple weeks. We might have another Cody situation.
Oh my God, no. I don't think so, bro. I know Triple H might be interested, but at the same time, he also wants to bring back FTR.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm not sure they would go there again if Omega was coming.
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, at least with WWE, you've got the two different touring schedules with Raw and SmackDown, so could be a case of that. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. Other than that, I can't think of many other highlights that we haven't already covered. Vince
McMahon retiring.
Forgot about some. He retired like 2 days before my birthday as well.
Yeah, I don't know. We were together.
Yeah, we were recording Slammiversary.
Yeah, and then it was like Vince McMahon retired. I was like Zander, and you're like Ray. Vince McMahon retired. I was like, what? And you were like, yeah, and I was like, no. We had long accepted that Vince was gonna die there.
Yeah, we had all just been like, well, guess this is happening.
I literally thought to myself, Vince is gonna stay in power till he dies, and with whatever weird voodoo ritual he did in 1978, I don't know. Maybe it will keep him alive longer than me. But
and now he's trying to come back, apparently.
Yep. Which thankfully people are trying to block it.
Yeah, which is really good.
I wonder if he just pulls a Napoleon Bonaparte. Do you know what happened there?
No,
so France kicked him out, put him on an island, and said, "You're going to stay here now." And so he lived there for a couple of years. Said, "I want to come back. I want to be leader of the country again." They said no. They kept denying him. So eventually, he just showed up and just literally walked the fuck in and just tried, assuming power again. Just going, hey, what? I'm in charge again. Just started to do this. I'm in charge now. And I could see Vince doing that. Literally just walking in and trying it.
Probably. He seems crazy enough to try it.
Yeah. It's just crazy enough to do anything. Also, that Dark Side of the Ring documentary about Vince McMahon was so bullshit.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Did you hear about the quality of the documentary?
It was pretty much just all the Dark Side of the Ring stuff about him, put in
Yes!
the compilation.
Yes!
But yeah.
Guys, this is the first ever documentary about Vince McMahon, not produced by WWE in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
It's kind of important. At least to me and my weird wrestling brain. It's important. To most people, it's probably not important. But to me, it's very important. Anyway.
Yeah. I guess one more kind of brighter note highlight. Ending ARW and starting LSWF happened this year.
Yep.
That was, saying goodbye to ARW was really heartbreaking for me because, like, you weren't here for it. Like, we weren't even talking yet when I started ARW, but, I'd quit doing wrestling content for almost a year at that point. I think it'd been just over a year, actually.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think we stopped talking, and then I think maybe 2-3 months later, I was like, this isn't fun anymore doing Universe, and I just stopped.
Yeah, what's funny though is like I brought me in I was like when we first started talking, I was like, so you still do wrestling content? And you're like, no, and you can't make me. And I was like,
no, you can't make me. Well, it's actually really funny. I was joking when I said that to you all those years ago because so many times I'd started to write down ideas to do a Universe, but then when it came time for me to do it, I'd put it off for so long that all of those ideas would have been outdated.
Yeah, so then we were like, okay, let's try this.
Yeah,
let's try this shit.
I came to you with my current ideas, and you were like, well, here's what I'd do instead. And I was like, Ray, do you want to just help me do it?
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to take control of NXT. I'm going to take half control of SmackDown, and I'm going to be your advisor on Raw. You can have some freedom on Raw.
And we just kind of rolled with it from there, and now here we are.
Yeah, and that
3 years later.
Yep, 3 years later. 4 seasons deep. We're doing the standard right now about what a TV show would do. Most TV shows, they've hit their stride at season 4.
Yeah.
Season 5 is typically pretty good. At this rate, season 7 will probably be a bit of a downturn for us. And then we will linger on to season 10 to a very overindulgent finale.
Yeah. I do fully expect our show to end with you dying on a rusty nail while I hold your corpse in a barn.
What?
Supernatural.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're just gonna dive. You're gonna dodge death so many times. Like through all these daring moments, you're gonna avoid explosions. You're gonna survive gunshots and stabbings.
No, I was literally.
It's gonna do you in.
Yeah, I was literally thinking about like the overindulgent finale from Family Guy. Like now we're gonna turn off the lights, but put one last longing look into the bar, and then we're gonna have a customer come up and we're gonna go, "Sorry, pal, we're closed."
Also,
that's not for another 6 years, people.
Yeah, we're still gonna be here for a while. Also, I did my first ever moving graphic this year and set it to Nickelback. Which was weird. It took several hours to do just the editing for that.
I'm literally thinking about, like, I know I already mentioned that scene from Ricky Bobby to you, where she's like, I once made out with the bass player from Nickelback. I know that. I'm so proud of that. I tell everyone that. Some of the most redneck things you'll ever hear in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, people. Here's a challenge for you. Help us reach 10,000 subscribers in the year 2023. And Zander and I will recreate scenes from Step Brothers.
Oh shit! I knew you were gonna drag me into something. I've still got to cosplay all the former champions from ARW.
Yeah, I know. We'll do the fight scene from Step Brothers. There's one rule of the house. Is it broken?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of like what else have we done? Because we've done a lot this year. It's so crazy. Like, what did we start 2022 with on the channel? Like, let me pull up our channel content, and I'm just curious at this point because I don't remember what our year started with. I think we started with SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Or we might have ended last year on it. I can't remember for sure. Because I know I had to do SummerSlam alone last year because you got sick the day we were going to record it.
Yeah. Let me see.
Let's see here. This is the issue with uploading almost every day. Okay, SummerSlam was February this year. So we started this year. Hold on, my computer has started to slow down. Okay, so the first thing we published this year was so we did the day one watch along, which was just me, and then we ended 2021 with an episode of SmackDown. 2022 didn't have a video until January 3rd, and it was episode 356. It was called Buying In, and that episode was Big E joining the Hurt Business officially, LA Knight and Robert Roode teaming up for the first time, and a Raw Women's title match between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. This was back when we only did 3 matches a show. And still got 30 to 45 minute episodes out of it. Let's see.
What are we supposed to say for that, people? Things change a lot in a year.
Yeah. Because our second video of 2022 was AEW Universe Mode episode 16, Nightmare versus Omega, main evented by Cody Rhodes versus Kenny Omega.
So, guys, the ultimate message is appreciate time while you have it. Appreciate the things you have when you have them. And we're going to keep delivering the content for you as long as we can. Hopefully, we're here for you next year, and hopefully Zander isn't drop dead.
Hopefully not. We'll see. We'll see how much more I overwork myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because in a week from today, 1 week from today, with this airing, will be Impact Sacrifice on December 31st, and we kick off January 1st with LSWF Kickoff and Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. The ending got a little off the rails there, so I decided to redo it when I had a chance. Quick first things first, the main event of NXT Homecoming, which we meant to announce in this, will be Bronson Reed versus Tyler Bate for the NXT Championship. We'll have an official launch date for that starting soon, but Ray's computer completely broke on him, so we haven't had a chance to actually get stuff ready for NXT Homecoming. But in lieu of the original ending to this Christmas special, which had a very depressing ending, I've gotten you all 2 presents. First of all, for 30 uninterrupted seconds, I will finally talk about Rhea Ripley, and I will not mute the mic. So, it was love at first sight when I first saw Rhea Ripley. She looked like the kind of girl I would take home to my mother during the first Mae Young Classic. Over the years, she developed a goth punk rock look that I became incredibly obsessed with. I find her incredibly attractive. She could military press drop me through 5 flaming tables and put me out with a gallon of ice-cold soda that I do not drink, and I would still thank her for it. She could take her big boot that we have her use in LS11 Universe and use it to crack my skull, and I'd be perfectly okay with that. I made her champion for 477 days because, well, I'm a simp. All right, there you go. There's your 30 seconds of me talking about Rhea Ripley. Let's be glad that I didn't go any longer because this channel would be gone. So, as the final thing I will share with all of you before tomorrow's Monday Night Raw, please enjoy the world premiere of the first ever trailer for Arnold Schwarzenegger Across the Multiverse. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody, from LS11 Universe.
We all have those weird days, right? Those days where it seems like the whole world is out to get us. The whole universe, even. Well, Let me tell you about the day that the whole multiverse was out to get Connelled. It was a bit intense. It wasn't all bad though. I did have a little help along the way.
The things that are about to happen to us are going to change our lives forever. No matter how long forever might be. You gotta be shitting me!
Never thought I'd be able to say that the whole multiverse was out to kill me. But hey, starting an assassin's guild, finding true love, and learning the whole truth about yourself is, well, it's certainly something at least. Right?
Well, in that case... Jingle all the way, motherfucker.
This is where the real fun begins. Isn't it?